Let me tell you a brief story about a moment that really made me realize what it meant to find your passion. So, one of my first real self encountered jobs, let's put it that way, was my experience at a timeshare sales slash marketing job where my whole spiel was to sell the idea of travel and get people to vacation more, which was literally our life. We traveled the world. We vacationed every summer to different places, usually Mexico and Germany, but sometimes other countries. So I loved it. I didn't even realize it. I didn't appreciate it as much growing up. But then as I got older, I started realizing, like, oh, wait, this is pretty cool. I had that experience of doing that, and I love talking to people about it. My opening line half the time was, hey, do you guys like to travel? And they're like, yeah, of course. They would stop, and then I would bring them over. You just wave them over, and you start talking to them, and you do your pitch. So I started realizing there was a lot of other people that just took that job just for kind of like a paycheck. And this one guy always resonated with me, and he was not the best. He was good at talking to people, but his problem was is that he wasn't passionate about the job or the theme or the topic or however you want to put it. We were in Washington, downtown by the Seattle Center, the Space Needle. You know, people would be there on vacation or be talking about their next trip or talking about what stuff they should do in Seattle. And he would give like the spiel that you have to practice. He wasn't really passionate about it. He didn't really believe in it. So they didn't really believe in him because he didn't have a lot of conviction behind his words. So then the moment they said no, he turned off his job mode, sales mode, and he's like, well, let me give you some recommendations of what else you should do. And then all of a sudden, it's like this fire lit up. You could tell, like, they paid attention to every word he said. You know why? Because what he talked about was what clubs they should go to, what bars they should go to, and what electronic dance music places they should go to. That was his thing. And I remember I always told him, like, why don't you just become like a club promoter, dude? Why are you doing this job? Like, when he was so passionate about it, he could talk about all the newest DJs and the music and all stuff. But you ask him about the job and travel and countries and places that you should go to, he couldn't even go 2 sentences without getting bored. That's when I was like, dude, you are doing the wrong job. And of course he got fired because he wasn't doing his job at all. It really resonated with me as a prime example of someone that's doing something that they're not passionate about purely for the paycheck. And if he would have done what he was truly passionate about, it would have almost been like an unlock. He would have been free to talk about the thing that he loves talking about. And now you get paid to do it. Yes, that's a fine line where it's like, ooh, sometimes you don't want to necessarily make a job out of the thing you love because you can almost like spoil it. But at the same time, if you really do, it doesn't feel like work. And I mean, that's what this whole project is. The Challenger brand and the Real Talk and the other shows, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like talking about my passions and what I'm into.